is Chili from Random Side Quest, and welcome to our Friday live stream. It's been a second since we've done this kind of deal, but it's something that I really like to do, and I'd like to do more often. Just been very busy with all kinds of different stuff, the different projects that we're working on this year. Working on Metal World, working on reading the runes, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just I'm rearing and ready to rock and roll. So good, I got the chat up and going now. So looking forward to hearing all you guys stopping by. Trying a different time this go around. I generally stream on the weekends, but I just try to vary. I know we got people viewing from all over the place, so just wanted to make sure that everybody's getting a chance to see the live streams and just trying it out. So let's see how we are doing today. Let's see, what do I want to do? Here we go. Let's try. Do I have the hunting grounds up on my thing? They are. And let's go here. There we go. How's it going there, guys? Different timetable. Let's go to... We did that hunting ground last time. Let's tackle this one over here. It's not showing it to me though. Where are you? Let's just take everything else away. Alright. There we go. There's one of them down here. Let's try that one. Alright. Let's you hop in the chat. Come on in and say hi. Any questions, comments that you guys have? You know, I love interacting in real time. Just want to make sure that everybody's questions are getting answered about this awesome game. Thoughts on the sequel, things like that. So, yeah, other than that, we're just going to be cruising around playing some Horizon. I might play some Anthem later this week. I am a Destiny fan. Principally Destiny 1. Destiny 2 has been a little bit of a roller coaster for me, but excuse me, all in all, just just seeing what's going on. Hopefully Anthem is good. Here we go. I totally forget what these trials are. It's been a long time. So I think the last stream we did the Frozen Wilds Chieftain trial. So let's give it a whirl. Been playing Diablo recently with Silver, and I gotta tell you, those load times have spoiled me. You're just like hopping right in and out of those bad boys. It's pretty awesome. And do you want to fast travel? Thanks, B. Yeah, so hopefully it goes well, man. Here's hoping. Ooh, it's raining. Gross. Where are you, Purcell? You're probably the guy who's not getting rained on. Sounds about right.
You still want to take the trials?
Kind of looks like Key from Key and Peele. Let's go.
For this trial, shoot the containers on Striders' backs with fire arrows. If you hit them right, you'll get quite a blast.
What's up there, Honest? Yeah, I'll accept the trial.
If that's what you want. Now pick a rope so I can time you.
Okay. Let's see. Do I have fire arrows? Good. Praise Jesus. All right, let's do this thing in the rain. Fast bro. Ta-da! It is done. Nice.
I can get out of this.
Alright. I didn't know for the longest time that you could do that with shock arrows on sparkers. Talk about game changing. Helped with those frost claws a lot. Any Discord members out there? I know that Honest is. If you aren't familiar, we have a Discord for the channel. A lot of great community members there talking about lore, all kinds of stuff. And yeah, that's in our About page.
Don't you look smug? Here's your blazing sun.
Thanks. Snot. Let's try freeze trial.
If you can freeze enough machines and take them down, I'll consider it a pass. Got it. Slide down a rope so I can start timing.
I'm gonna cheat, or at least I'm gonna try to cheat. Shazam. Alright. If you've never hopped in one of our live streams before, you know, feel free to talk about really anything you want. It doesn't have to be about this game, you know, all kinds of stuff. I got the platinum, completed the game 3 times. Dang. That's pretty awesome. Frozen. You're frozen. You're frozen. Still have the urge to go back. Yeah, it's a phenomenal game. Obviously a big fan. Oh, guys, stop running. Go it. Ugh. Come here. Yeah, I cannot wait to see what the next game has in store. Fortunately, I know I get this question quite often if I have any information about the sequel, and sadly I do not this time. Sad days. Sad panda. Definitely have some ideas for what I want the sequel to be. That'll be a video that I know I've been asked about before, so that's definitely on the docket as far as our HCD content, is to kind of go through less of... I'll do like a predictions video, and then I'll also kind of do like headcanon video, like let's see like what we want. That's some dedication. I'm jealous. I wish I had a 3D printed corruptor.
You won a blazing sun. Congratulations. Does this mean you'll be on your way?
This guy, man.
In this trial, you'll need to stun bellow backs with shock ammo and shoot off the components in their undercarriages. Get going.
Okay.
Wonderful. Now go down a rope and I'll time you.
Here we go. Let's cheat with some Frozen Wilds weapons. Here we go. Back from Discord. Happy Friday. Yes, indeed. Oh. Thought I was gonna die. Undercarriage. There we go. less OP weapon. Hello, Saxon. Thanks for joining. I know it's a little bit of a different time, so... where's the other Bellowback?
Be fascinating.
Ooh, is the photo mode what am I saying? The photo mode contest up? I have not even seen. I want to take a look. You're mine. I just finished the game 2 times. Got the plat and all that stuff. Nowadays, I play because of the amazing photo mode, and the game got me into virtual photography community. Yeah, I mean, the photo mode in this, let me tell you, first of all, number one, as much as I've enjoyed kind of just dabbling in the God of War realm of things, the photo mode and this is no offense, God of War is an amazing game, obviously, one game of the year. Their photo mode doesn't hold a candle to Horizon. It's just nowhere near as smooth.
Full son? You're welcome.
Farewell.
I'm not interested in a trial right now.
Let's check that out. They're honest.
Just what I wanted to hear.
Where to go? Oh, might as well get that blaze. Can always use more blaze. Always, always, always.
Should have brought a cart.
So how does it work as far as the photo mode contest? Are the people voting, or do you have all the power? They're honest.
Low and quiet does it.
Missed. Oh, I'm just beating up a corpse. Alright. I was looking at the new Horizon Zero Dawn board game recently. I want to see if I can get my hands on that, but I'm not sure what the ETA is, so I'm going to figure it out. Hold on one second there, guys. I think my dog's freaking out upstairs. Oh shoot, that was my guy. Oops. Let's go tackle a fire claw. Been a long time since I fought one of those boys. Here we go. I think, no, not there. There. There we go. Who do you think's gonna win there, honest? The photo mode. We have photo mode contest on the Discord now. Our first one is happening as we speak, so if you are on the Discord and you want to check those out, our community member Honest has uploaded them, so I'm gonna have to check those out after the live stream. What's happening, Jay? Thanks for stopping by. So out of everything that we've talked about on the channel, or you've seen on the Reddit, or even things that you've thought about, I'd love to know what you guys want to see out of the sequel. What do you think's going to happen? Yeah, Ultra Hard is... I ended up doing that to get all of my face paints and focuses you get from that too. I'm not playing on Ultra Hard right now because it's hard enough to try to make sure I answer as people's comments, and I want to make sure that that's why I'm really here. I want to interact with everybody. So if I'm just like on Ultra Hard, I'm not sure how good of a stream that would make for. There you are, big boy. Oh, but I'd love to see interactions between Gaia and Cyan sequel. That would be pretty awesome too. Those pre-eminent AIs in this world. Yeah, I know Cyan would love that. He's lonely at the moment. Probably go visit. We don't visit enough. That you fight the Epsilon Paul in the very first one. That's a fight I can never forget. Oh, that was such a pain. Okay, we're... Oh, I got the Festus video, I think, that I made. Which means the Festus that I got the coolest shot. It was right here, actually, with the same Fireclaw. That, it was just of him firing the, throwing the big lava rock. Like that. There's that one. Yes. Just asked the Discord channel and was told Rada did in fact survive the Eclipse attack. Hey! That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I would have felt bad. She was just sitting there on her mountain, minding her own business. Dodge, wrench, dodge, Fireclaw. Ah. Dude, I is dying. It's been a half second. Yes. these are the fire claws. And it's probably, yeah, I would say definitely the hardest. Those and like, I think rock breakers are probably up there. Especially when you run across your first fire claw. Not first fire claw, your first rock breaker. It's like, the rules don't matter anymore. Okay. Yeah, there he went. Lovely. Hello there, Indiana. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you.
No space.
Any questions, comments? Ask away. That is what we are here for. Because as much as I would like to get to all the comments in the videos, you know, some things slip through the cracks. So, and I'd love to discuss. You know, anything that you guys want to. Whether it's about this, God of War. I know a lot of people are excited about Death Stranding. I'm definitely considering the possibility of covering that on the channel when it comes out, because it looks insane. But all in all, yeah, we're just here to chat and have a good time. Oh, thank you, Indiana. Yeah, this game is pretty great. And in my opinion, obviously, you know, the lore is so good, and I think a lot of people sleep on it. They just, you know, there's so much world building that went into this game and so much detail. When you piece it all together, it really, and even I'm learning new things about it all the time, especially with my research in my world, how things interconnect more with our world outside of the game. It's pretty interesting. Big brother. Ah! Uh-oh. Out of here, Charger. Now you're dead. I'm gonna get murdered. I can't wait to see what they do with number 2. Neither can I. Got my own ideas, obviously, but I trust the guys at Gorilla over there. Implicitly, they put together this amazing game. And there's very few games that I will pre-order anymore, but Horizon 2 has absolutely earned my money. Stand still. Oh gosh, that was painful. Get out of here, ice claws. Where's the other one? You. Melee needs to do more impact. I am rocking 2 of, I think, the strongest mods for melee stuff. It just doesn't really hold it. Whew. I wish there was like an emote that you could do now. All right. all the lore is why I want to learn more about Grata, because there just doesn't seem to be anything about her in the first game. It's probably an odd fixation, but the mystery still lures me. Especially with the fan speculation that her outcast has something to do with Ross' backstory. It does make sense. We actually did a video about it. You know, I think the timeline works out. The fact that they know each other, and the fact that they're both outcasts but still kind of hold true to the traditions of the tribe, where a lot of outcasts are like, hey, we're outcasts, so it doesn't really matter anymore, and they band together. Outcasts aren't even supposed to speak to anybody, even other outcasts. So the fact that Rost kind of holds true to that with Grata also, and Grata really holds true to that. Oh gosh, it's just a litany of things that I'm fighting right now. Oh, yikes. There we go. Ah! One fight. Here's another. You limping away from me? Come back here. Are there three? Oh! Oh! Nelly! I've had enough. This. Garbage. Oh, that's a steep mountain. There we are. Alright. I'm ready for you now. Always. This thing is spec'd for pure damage. Or would be an awesome place to explore. Yeah, the Nuke are my favorite tribe, so I'm right there with you. There are three. Next game will go into the Forbidden West, all probably because of go to the anyone. It'd be pretty cool to see a post-apocalyptic New York, but I do think the Forbidden West is probably where we're going to be going. Ted Farrow was born in Carson City, Nevada, so I can see us maybe going maybe visiting that area of the world, whether it's Carson City or Las Vegas. I'd love to see a Horizon Zero Dawn rendition of Las Vegas, because it's always been one of those things that I've thought about. Like, I wonder if like the world ended, or if like aliens landed and they went to Las Vegas and saw all the craziness that's there, and really, like, what would they think about it? Like, what would they think it was? Like, they have like a little Statue of Liberty there. They got a little Eiffel Tower, Colosseum. Like, this must have been a very important cultural hub. It's like, not really. Huh? Oh, good. Whew. I think Scorchers are the most difficult machine. Like, I'd take on a Fire Car over a Scorcher any day. They're just too darn fast. That is true. They are speedy as all get out. Oh, I think I'm finally done murdering machines. Oh, the Frozen Wilds, man. I don't know, like, the base game was so good, and they just
I'm ready. Gotta be.
did everything. Seems like that they did well in the first rendition, better in this one. Like, not only the graphics, but I think the storytelling was even more. I'm not gonna say better, but you know, it was much more on a personal level. I just love the DLC. So if anybody who has bought the game and doesn't have the DLC, for me, Frozen Wilds is a must. And I'm pretty sure that the complete edition right now is fairly affordable. And who's hoping that we can ride a Thunderjaw in the sequel? Whoop, it's a waterfall. Oh, that would have been death. Where am I? Let's go back to the path. Love this game, playing it now too. Do you think HCD2 will have multiplayer? How do you think it will work? I'm not sure if it'll have multiplayer. It's so centered around Aloy's story. I'm not sure. 2, and that's having its own litany of problems. For me, what my ideal scenario, if they were going to make Horizon 2 a 2-player game, would be kind of like a drop-in co-op kind of deal. Like, somebody would play as Aloy, somebody would play as, you know, somebody else, and you could kind of just hop in and play the story with them. But that would be my thing. But I like those kind of games. Like, I always wish that was the case with Skyrim, that I could go on and play with my buddies and stuff like that. I hear that mod is close to coming out on PC, where you can do like a drop-in co-op for Skyrim, but that's how I'd like it to be. Like, I don't want it to turn into an MMO, but you know, that's where or no, like, Horizon Battle Royale. Not that I'm gonna sit here and like hate on Fortnite or anything, but it's like, you know, that has its place in gaming, and I think if you enjoy that, there's plenty of avenues for that, but I don't think every game needs a Battle Royale mode.
Damn.
They literally did the best thing ever a dev could do, is listen to feedback, upgrade every aspect of Frozen Wilds, right? Yeah, I mean, just look at this skill tree that they gave you. I mean, they just went in there and it basically made a bunch of quality of life changes. Like, you don't have to get off your horse to pick up stuff now anymore. You want to repair your machines? You're able to do that now. You want to, you know, break down stuff or carry more stuff. They really did an awesome job. This was like the only thing that they added that was like an ability. Everything else were just really nice quality of life changes. Like, you can get rid of stuff, and yeah, they've been really, really awesome. Yeah, of course, Mick. Yeah, my friend and I are pumped for that mod. Yeah, for real. I would love to go back in, and that's another game that I would want to play and maybe on stream would be Skyrim VR, because I think that would just be insane. Goat, you have met your match. Gah!
I'm ready.
That's kind of my favorite thing about this too. Like, if you need materials, like if you did that in Red Dead Redemption 2, all of the stuff you got would be like trash. But you know, I got a green mod for that. It's like, that's how you hunt. I hope they don't do that. Have you ever played Oblivion? I haven't. No, and I'm gonna be a bad nerd in a second. I also didn't play Morrowind. Yeah, that was Skyrim was the first Elder Scroll games that I played, and I don't play the Elder Scrolls Online, so I guess yeah, I'm just ready and waiting for the next single-player Elder Scrolls game. I know they teased it, and I was like, hype scale went up to 11. Even just the little things as well as the facial animations seem to be way better. Voice acting seemed improved. Cutscenes, yeah, like the whole story with Aurea was just so good. Let's go help these hunters because they're gonna die if we don't. Charge into battle! Oh god, they're already dying. What are you guys doing? Ah! Follow my lead. Thought if the cutscenes were a bit stiff in the original game, definitely upped that in the DLC. I'd like to see them take that further in the sequel. Yeah, and plus all the stuff that they've been doing in conjunction with Kojima and the improvements that are being made on this game engine with Death Stranding, I'm sure it's just going to get even better. But yeah, just even like the camera angles, like you know, when you're having interactions in the Frozen Wilds, yeah, it was just a lot more dynamic.
Can't spare the wait.
And that was just a DLC. I can't wait to see what they could do in the full game. Still have to be lawful good. Took an arrow to the knee. What? Not that my brother and I need it, as we already have it on PS4, but I like entertaining the concept of an HCD port on Nintendo Switch. It would certainly boost Aloy's chances for Smash Bros. I love Smash Bros. Too. I think you should take a petition up with Sony. I think that's the best chance you could have of seeing Horizon anywhere else, you know. Anywhere else, because I've heard a lot of people who are PC gamers also, they're like, oh, when do you think it'll come out on PS or on PC? And I'm always, you know, with a heavy heart have to say, I'm like, you know, it's owned by Sony, it's probably going to stay a PlayStation exclusive forever, but, you know, never say never, right? Who knows? Maybe someday it'll go to that platform, especially for Smash Bros. So these canisters, when you first play the game, aren't there. Only after you have killed so many of a certain type of machines will they adapt. It's actually stated in the guide that that's how it works. They call it machine evolution. Oh. As the kids would say, that ain't lit, fam. I'm so excited for Death Stranding. Yeah, I just like to know what they're doing. You got like giant, like naked people with umbilical cords and men who are like holding babies and seeming to be like birthing babies and people like aging super fast and oh yeah, it's like I don't know what's to be focused on or what's a minor detail. Yeah, that guy with the golden mask shoving it in the ground. And, oh, yeah. Too much stuff. Because Hephaestus constantly improves them because hunters keep killing them. That is absolutely right. I just found that as a really interesting thing that not only is that a lore thing, but they made it an actual mechanic in the game. Another just really thoughtful touch by Guerrilla. I just pray that they drop the game during summer so I actually have time to play. Yeah. Well, I guess it all depends. You know, now more than ever, I'm thinking that this sequel is going to parallel um, the release of the PS5. I honestly think that's what's going to happen. Which makes me excited and sad at the same time. Makes me sad because, you know, I don't get it as soon as I would like to get it, but can you imagine what this thing's going to look like on a next-gen console? Like, it's going to look good. I follow Kojima's work since Metal Gear Solid. Nice. What are your thoughts on The Last of Us Part 2? You've played the first one. Actually, I did not play the first one until just recently, and I just started it. My friend lent me the collector's edition. It's actually lying around here somewhere. The disc is actually in my PlayStation right now, and generally because I'm a big scaredy cat, and that is such a suspenseful game, but so far it's incredible, and I hear it really has a tremendous story with it, so as long as they keep with that, then I'm sure that saga is going to be excellent as well. I mean, that game won like all the awards. Oh boy, you're in for an emotional ride, man. Yeah, and that's another thing, like, oh, like, do I really need to cry more? Like, maybe I'll just grab some Rocky Road and pop in some Adele and have a good cry. Like, not sure if I'm ready for that. And I watch Game of Thrones, so it's like, how much can a man really take in a given day or
I
month?
have to ditch something.
What would the HCD sequel even be named? Horizon Zero Dawn 2 would probably work, but it doesn't sound poetic enough to satisfy me. I'm just pedantic, though. Popping some Adele. I've thought about that. You know, whatever it is, now people are going to be looking at it as the moment we get the title, all of the community are going to just sit there trying to like analyze whatever it is. You know, the obvious answer, like you said, would probably be Horizon Zero Dawn 2, or if it would be like Horizon, and if it's another type of thing that has to do with the story of the game or a major theme, people are going to try to like analyze that to death. So I don't know. That's a really good question. Horizon : something else. I think it would be Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Insert something else here. Or Horizon 2. In my head canon, I have this thing called Project like Borealis. It's kind of something that I've pondered in my head canon. Or Horizon Zero Dawn Borealis. It's kind of what I have in my brain. That's crazy that this game is like $15 for the complete edition, and almost makes me wish it was more so I could support Guerrilla even more. Yeah, you know, well, just I'm sure they'll be happy to have you buy the game when it comes out and then pay the full price. But Guerrilla's been so awesome. I love the fact that you're right. You know, the Frozen Wilds was really, for me and for a lot of people, like you brought up, just kind of like a love letter to say, listen, here's what you liked, here's what you would like fixed, and we're actually going to address those things. This boar was magic. It's because he's not rendered. He's got the magical power of glitchy graphics. Oh, now he's mortal because he was rendered. I've run into several magic boars in my time playing Horizon. Yeah, it's they're tricky. These guys always make me sad because I like. That's another thing that I would like to see. I'd love to have tall necks be like a huntable thing or a rideable thing or something. I mean, it's interesting and it's cool. It's a unique way to kind of make towers a little bit more interesting. You know, Vantage to unlock more members of the map because they move, and So I thought it was clever the way they implemented them, but I know originally I think they had planned for them to be able to be a machine like all the other ones, but for whatever reason that just didn't happen. I want more aquatic machines. Yes, if you go into the Forbidden West, I do think that we will see Poseidon designated machines. The water is so blue. I'll be going to some hot springs here pretty soon, actually, next week in Colorado, so I'll let you know how that is. See if it's like the frozen wilds. Is there any fish in here? Nope. I'd like more region-specific machines, kind of like stalkers were mostly found in the Jewel. I'd love a jackalope machine. I think that'd be really funny. Festus, they need to make the rabbit more aggro, so you gave it antlers.
Come on, then.
I'm blind! I'm blind! Just gonna swing. Oh, and then I got shot. I want to do the slidey thing where it like makes you go 15 feet. Now you're mine. And like, oh yes, there's something really darkly funny about the data log. That one tall neck was struck by lightning 3 times. Poor thing, right? Oh, just trying to do its job. That long neck, where is that around here? It's where are you? Ah, there you are. Let's go there. We'll say hi. I still believe Minerva is hiding somewhere solving Sudokus. Yeah. Oh, imagine how bored Minerva is. Like, that's a function's job got done 50 years after the fall of humanity. Like, he's like, okay, well, good luck, everybody. I'll see you later, I guess. And then I think the main thing that excites me is Guerrilla has shown they can improve immensely through the DLC because some devs still, devs stall out and can't make sequel games to feel improved. Yeah, you know, and plus they've brought on more people, so you have the core team that made this game, and then you're gonna have some fresh takes from different people. I just think all in all that it's gonna just be stellar, obviously. Oh, the Zubat of Horizon Zero Dawn. Just trying to get through this cave, Zubat. Can I just push you off this cliff? Kinda. If Gorilla ever hired me in the future, I would actually faint on the spot. I think that would happen to me too. When they tweeted me, I almost did that. I annoyed my friends for like 3 weeks. I'm like, hey, did you see this? Like, yes. Oh my god. You just be, it's a cool. No, shut up about it. Don't even care. Tall neck don't care. Tall neck just do it at once. Yeah, it got underhyped because of Zelda. That my buddy is actually playing Breath of the Wild right now, and I'm tempted because yeah, it was part of me thinks that maybe since this was a brand new IP and, you know, Zelda is Zelda, that it may have, you know, easier to get brushed over. Especially because, that's the thing, I can't really sit here hating on Zelda because I didn't play it, so I would like to have a well-reasoned explanation to say one is better than the other, but at the end of the day, as long as both are enjoyable. Oh, Jilly, could you please do a strike from above the tall neck? Oh, man. I'm gonna try. Is there a machine that I could do it on? Is this Watcher? Alright, come on. Come on. Maybe on the next pass. Horizon's Reserve Game of the Year 2017. I'm terribly biased. I think so too, but it is what it is. Here, maybe next go around. I'm sure it'll be in consideration. Speaking of Game of the Year, though, any of you guys God of War people? I know that's a recent addition to the RSQ family, but it's been nice being able to just kind of delve into Norse mythology just in general. Before I started doing anything with the game, I actually read Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology book, and it was really, really interesting. Should be scrappers nearby that you can do it on. Okay. I'll look for them. Where is you? That's a tall neck. Oh, okay. Here, try to do this. Let's see if I can get close enough. Come on. I'll just do it this way. Hi! Oh, snap! That was sweet! That was so cool! Good suggestion. I've never done that before. I was kind of hoping next time we gotta find one that like there's a machine under the tall neck so you can do like a strike like. Pretty sweet. Ah, Jake, see what you did there. Cheeky. I was actually thinking about doing a series where, because God of War, this newest one, was actually the first one that I've ever played, and being that they have, I think the remastered edition for the third one on there. I might just do a fun little live display it anyway. Wasteland. Here we go. Let's find some more. Let's find some more tall necks to jump off of. That was sweet. Which one would have some underneath it? I think this one. And the jewel. There's some long legs or something that you can. I can fast travel to a. Learn something new every day. What's your opinion on Silence? Ooh. I view him as a not bad guy, but his thirst for answers will make him one. Yeah, like, chaotic neutral? Yeah, like, he'll just do whatever it takes to get what he needs. Like, I don't think that he's out to really hurt anyone, but if somebody is in his way to him achieving his goals, then that's a necessary thing to in his mind that is just justifiable. The fact that he still has Hades makes me deeply concerned. I think Lance Reddick did a great job with him. You know, that voice. I also play Destiny, so sometimes I'm like, Zavala? What are you doing here? But all in all, I think that in the end, his kind of like Ted Faro, you know, when you think that you have everything under control, and that's already kind of happened, right? He was kind of manipulating Hades for a while, and then the eclipse, and then he found himself on the other end of that equation. I think that, you know, anybody with that much blind ambition, you're gonna fall victim to yourself sooner than later. Wink, 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 wink. Skyrim. Oh, I had it. Let's see, where is this guy? Oh, far away. Do you know Subnautica? Is that the... I've heard of that game. I've never played it though. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Get out of my face, Sawtooth. Sit down. I'd also like to ride a Sawtooth. Faster. He would. I'm still... I need help, though, I will admit. I have some thoughts and ideas for a D&D-centered Horizon campaign that I'd love to put on the Discord, but as far as like mechanics and stats and things like that, that's where I'm inexperienced. I want to get into D&D more, or at all, really. Got my little guidebook over there, reading up on some characters I want to make, and all in hopes of doing a campaign for it. It's different than I think a lot of people have speculated on, but I think the campaign idea, I think everybody thinks their campaign ideas are really good, obviously, but I think mine's pretty good. I think mine could be pretty awesome. Definitely fill a niche that a lot of people have been wanting out of their Horizon Zero Dawn experience, just beyond like this tribal world kind of deal. So if you're on the Discord and you're like a pretty seasoned DM, love an assist on that. At least the metal devil that Silence is taking Hades seems to be dilapidated. Yes. Unfortunately, its whole thing is like it can be repaired by, you know, scarabs. So could be repaired. I feel like your channel is gonna blow up when HZD2 comes out, and hopefully it isn't rated. Yes. Oh, it isn't underrated. Thank you. I appreciate it. I think I have high hopes for Metal World when it comes out. If you guys didn't see the 2019 trailer, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I am so stoked to keep on that more. It definitely takes longer than anything else that I make to produce. But it's going to be so gratifying when the finished project is done. That is something I'm really, really looking forward to. Yeah. The one thing I use even less than strike from above is strike from below. I never used that one. Oh, no! I messed up. Sit down. Cool machines could be like a group of velociraptors that attack in a tight pack. They were a real thing. That's, yeah. Gaia. That's more. That sounds like a Festus thing written all over it to me. It's like, these things were good at killing people. Let's do that. Thanks, Saxon. I tried my best. Are there any situations where strike from below can be used on machines? Like I said, I'm the wrong person to ask. I hardly ever, if ever, used that skill. Where do you think you're looking at? That thought. Plus, there aren't really small machines like smaller than a human. Yeah, I've never seen that done or done it. It's like, is it a nice option to have? Sure. Is it one that I use a whole heck of a lot? No, not at all. Please wait while I reload this. Let's be nice to this thing. Oh, there we go. When in doubt, trust the wiki. Horizon has a really good one. Fight my battle for me. Second. Oh god. Oh, perfect. Let's try. There's a handhold. We can try it. Ooh. Gigantic python machines. I would love to see a snake machine. Especially at Forbidden West, you go into the desert. Like, makes sense to me. One now. Get him. Go long legs. This is what I really want to ride above all else, though. It's like riding an ostrich. I have a friend who is insanely scared of snakes, so we have to refer to them as danger noodles. Snakes are nice. I mean, as long as you don't mess with them. Oh, I can't do a sit-down pose here? That's lame. Kind of associate the machines with the creatures of Grimm. It'd be cool to see insect machines as well. Imagine a spider machine. Oop, there's another thing that's going to freak a lot of people out. Okay. What is next on our agenda? We failed the strike from up top. And... oh, look at a Sunstone Rock Prison. What? Oh my goodness, I have a... This can't stand. This cannot and will not stand. I have this watch that my friend gave me. It's one of those like smart watches. Unfortunately though, like it'll tell me I have a text like 20 minutes after I got the text. So I'll get on my phone, I'll respond to it, I'll put it away, and then 20 minutes later my phone's like, "You have a text! I'm helping!" Like, oh, that's cute, phone. Or that's cute, watch. Oh, hello. Don't mind me. Just trying to go to this thing by the spur flints. There's so many projects that I still want to do with this game. I'd love to put a map together, like a regional map. So, like, these mountains here, I'm fairly certain these are called the spur flints. Yep. So, like, just to kind of put these together with the towns and like all that kind of stuff. But you know, only so much time. I mean, likewise, it would make sense because Hephaestus is going to keep making bigger and badder ones. Yep, until he gets done stopped.
Okay, Aloy, now what?
Excuse you. Get out of here. My old phone would load group text and images anywhere between 30 to 24 hours after the text was sent. Get notifications saying it was downloading, but actually view it. Did your old phone make this sound? Or maybe that's just some of us don't. Some of you may have never heard that sound. Sound of dial-up. Sound of America Online. I know there's some people who I chat with on the Discord every once in a while, and they're like, oh yeah, it's like first year in college. It's like, oh, the dial-up. Can't go on the phone because dial-up's going. Silent swim is another thing that I don't use that often. I don't even remember how to do it. Is that circle while you're in the water? Square? There we go. Like a full Rambo. Sax remembers that sound. I've asked this a lot on the Discord, but want to hear your thoughts. How do you suppose the eclipse made it to the sacred land? Dawn Sentinel off map hiking? That is a good question. You know, the Nora are pretty secure about their borders. So let's see. So they came in. There's a couple ways, unless they're going over the Spurflints, right? That would be the most direct route if you went from the Spurflints, hiked over into our little like beginner's valley here, and then went up. So that might be it, because yeah, like the day tower here, probably not going to be good. You got to cross in front of Mother's Crown, which is a place we will be going to in Metal World. Pretty excited about that. I understood the dial-up sound. I'm pretty sure I'm among the youngest whippersnappers who were alive for that. Oh, you whippersnappers. I'd say that's a good bet. Oh, clever girl. Stalker's over there. Where's another one I was going to? You. Oh, I gotta go towards the stalkers. Predator. Oh. I remember when I was first playing this game, and the darts that they have just wrecked me. Like a one-shot kill back in the day. Alright. Let's go get it. Let's go do the thing. I've been living under a rock a while. What's this Metal World you're talking about? So Metal World is a series. You can kind of get a sneak peek at it if you go to the 2019 video, where I go to the actual locations in Horizon Zero Dawn, film those, put them together with in-game footage, and then talk about the real-world history and in-game lore and how they kind of connect together. I'm excited about it. There's a Thunderjaw near Devil's Sentinel, so my guess is somewhere near there. During the big invasion, you can see where they broke through. Yes. Necessary if they were already in the embrace. Well, so that group got through, I think, in secret, the group that kind of was responsible for the Proving Massacre, that kind of first wave. And then they went and sought refuge in the Metal Ring, which is Denver Stadium, Mile High Stadium. And then from there, I think we wiped them out, the Nora War Party, and then it was just a whole different group that came in at the very end, like pre-Looming Shadow, and messed things up. So I think that's why they knocked it down. Anybody else always hoard Ridgewood wherever you go? Because as you can see, I'm in no short supply of Ridgewood. Where exactly is HCD located? North America, South America. It is located in the central United States. Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming. So, Season 1, some spoilers or sneak peeks depending on who you are. I'm going to break down exactly where Metal World is going to be going. And where it's gone so far. We're just going to take all these away. So, right here is southern Colorado. This city right here is Colorado Springs. It's the second largest city in Colorado. Here is a place called Garden of the Gods. That is Mother's Crown. There's the settlement right there. All Mother Mountain is Pikes Peak. If we move up here, this is Devil's Grief. Colorado Springs is Devil's Thirst. Devil's Grief is Denver. We're going to be going to the stadium specifically also. That's like Mile High Stadium, Denver Stadium, whatever you want to call it. It's been through a couple names. The Red Echoes, or the Sterling Mulkey Amphitheater, is currently Red Rocks Amphitheater. That is a very real place. And let's see here. Oh, and another place that we're going to be going is the Air Combat Academy, if we can get clearance to go there, and that is the U.S. Air Force Academy, and that is the chapel that you can go to. So a lot of places, and these are all Colorado locations. So the Colorado locations will be Season 1. If that goes well, and I appreciate all the patrons, and they help me get out to this place here. This is Lake Powell. Here is Bryce Canyon. This is Eagle Canyon. Over here somewhere, I think, is Arches. I think it's either right here or close to this area. It's Arches National Park. Yeah, there's a whole lot there to see. Yes, so yeah, it's pretty cool, Jay. It's you see these giant like for real. Let's just we'll cruise on over there right quick. And where am I? Cool. We'll go to Mother's Crown very quickly, just so you can see like the scale, because the scale is actually pretty spot on. They're huge. They're really, really big. Very big. There's an area that is similar to Goblin Valley, as well as in the Utah area. I've never heard of Goblin Valley, but the fact that there's a place called Goblin Valley makes me want to go there and not go there at the same time. Where is Markers located in the real world? Oh, Maker's End. That's Maker's End is Fair Automated Solutions, right? If off the top of my head. I think that's in Utah. Geographically, I think that makes sense. Yeah, Salt Lake City. Once you've cleared a bandit camp, a merchant and fast travel point will become available. Yeah, so this game will be Colorado. Wyoming is the frozen wilds. and Utah is kind of like the card to Sundom. So I'm hoping that the next game will be Nevada, which is like Las Vegas and Carson City, and there's a couple places there. And I hope Central and maybe Northern California, or maybe Nevada, New Mexico, California would be the three states that I would want to see. Um, because there's some places, if you watch the Forbidden West video, that kind of span also south. So any of those places I think would be just super cool to look at. Yes, Shattered Kiln. I think there's a couple bandit camps too that are real world locations. There's going to be one in the first season of Meta World, which is a laboratory in Boulder, Colorado. But yeah, so if you look at these things, they're really quite big. We'll try and stand right next to one of them. Excuse you. For scale. So if we stand next to one of these guys. Actually, here's a hot tip for you. So if you're on the ground, sometimes you can go out pretty far in photo mode. But if you make Aloy jump, sometimes you can get away with even more, depending on where you are. So this is the Garden of the Gods. Very real place. You can go there. There's a big tourist destination in Colorado Springs. So yeah, we'll be going there, and you'll see shots like this where I'll be talking and I'll be panning across. Welcome to Legends. No, but not Legends. It'll be Metal World, and then yeah, just go to the 2019 video, and you'll kind of see what it's going to be like. Maybe Arizona, in between Cali and New Mexico. Yeah, Grand Canyon would be pretty great. Hello, what do you think Guerrilla Games will do next? A sequel, prequel to HCD, continue with the Killzone series? I think that a sequel to HCD would be the most pertinent move on their part. I think that's what they're working on. I mean, they had such a strong reception to it. They might return to the Killzone series at some point, but I think Horizon is their main focus. And I think a prequel, as cool as it would be to kind of go through Enduring Victory, I think we're really invested in this character right now, Aloy, so I think a continuation of her story. So a flat-out sequel, I think, is most likely. It's a good question. Just searched up Goblin Valley and WoW. I think in-game that's an area with the Eclipse Invasion Sun Furrows. Ooh, Goblin Valley. I'll have to look into that. There's Free Heap. Like, there's so many awesome places, and I want to see them all, and I want to bring them all to you. And no matter how much you wander around here, you'll always find new stuff. Like, check these guys out. Like, I'm pretty sure this is a Nora burial site that, honestly, I may have seen before. Maybe may not have. Because you see these paintings. The interesting thing about these paintings that you see, like, obviously these are grazers. There's some people on that one. This is a symbol, but these clouds are very reminiscent, or these like spirits are very reminiscent to the clouds and how they're drawn inside a Luthia 9. So it's a kind of cool, kind of harken back to their history, and just all this stuff that they add, all these tiny details that you could just wander through the world and do it. No, by the way, this is how we do Legends or anything. Like, in this game, you could really do awesome stuff with the camera mode. It is so hard to do in God of War. The camera is really sticky. Yeah, I had never stopped to see those rock paintings. I thought I had seen everything. Right? Like, you can... And I have sunk so many hours into this game, it'll be really cool because I'm about 13 videos, I think, away from having done 100 Horizon Zero Dawn lore-centered videos. And like this, you'll just run across something new that you've never seen before, or maybe you ran past it once, and it's like just how much detail they put into every little piece of this world to make it just feel so lived in and real. It's just, yeah, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Just to confirm, the mural slash painting in Devil's Grief does not exist. Oh, the one from the trailer. I have never found it personally. I think some people have, though. I have not gone to confirm it myself, so I can neither confirm nor deny that mural of what is Denver, the capital of Colorado, exists. So I can't tell you. I really want to see the prequel to HCD, maybe call it Horizon Zero Day. Ooh, yeah, where you play as a soldier of enduring victory trying to keep. Yeah, so if anything, if they were going to make another shooter, I think within that same universe, that would be pretty cool. It'd be pretty dire, though, and knowing that you're really not going to make it, that might put a damper on things. You're like, I'm fighting so hard, and I'm still going to die. It'd be kind of depressing. Let's see here. Are there any other campfires that have gone undiscovered here? God, what was I doing? Going to Red Rocks. I really wish we could get the naming cliff sunk so many hours into climbing. Yeah, like they patched that. I saw a video of somebody actually making it onto the naming cliff, so I know at one point you could do that. I'm not sure if you could do it now. They may have patched that. So, like, I know there's a certain point that you can get to on the proving trail. And I don't know why they don't let you just kind of go up to those spots. Which is kind of, I'm sure that they had plans for them. I know there's even dialogue that's specific to the naming cliff. So they may have had plans to do something with that area. And just obviously for logistical reasons, they scrapped it. But, yeah, just kind of like open those walls up. I want to be some great shots from up there. Well, you never know. Maybe a lot of people survived. We never found out what happened to Ted Farrow. Yeah, he had his own bunker, like his own private deluxe bunker. It was called Thebes, and that's where he is assumed to have died. But a lot of people like the idea of old Teddy Boy still kicking around. Whether it's, I've heard all manner of different solutions, like maybe he uploaded his consciousness into another AI, or he cryogenically froze himself. He extended his life with the life extension technologies they mentioned in the data point that's in the Frozen Wilds called Beverly Hills Terror Attack. If you want to get if you're looking to debate somebody in the comments and be like, he could have lived that long, I guess you could reference that, because there is in the lore forgive me, let's see if I have that one. I've read all of them. But let's see here. Probably Yellowstone, there it is. So let's see here. A statement released yesterday, the Wheel of Life has claimed responsibility for last week's terror attack. Luxury clinic dedicated to regeneration and life extension therapies. Right there. As well as killing 5 clinic staff, the attack claimed the life of tech billionaire Aubrey Hopkins, founder of a research project on salamander biology that led to the first successful human longevity treatments. So you could reference that and be like, Beverly Hills Terror Attack, maybe they perfected that technology. There's a lot of gaps to fill in there, but there is a reference that maybe he's still alive. And Aloy headlines, yep. You never know. Yeah. There's the whole thing about the Odyssey. I'm not sure if I buy into the Odyssey project theories. I think the Odyssey will come back in a way, because I think that is the key to how we get Apollo back, because they had an alpha build on board the Odyssey. But as far as them being the
Get out of this.
the responsible party for the unknown transmission, yeah, I'm not totally sold. And that's another video that you can check out. Elizabeth was working on life extension technology, as Silence mentioned at the end. Oh, I'll have to take a look at that. And of course, I think we all want to fight a metal devil in the sequel. I mean, look at that thing. You'd have to go full Kratos on that thing to be able to take it down. If somebody could, on the Discord, pull up that line about cryogenics, I would love to dig into that. Because there's another line. There's a few lines that people really, really latch on to. And I want to go through those in a video. One of them is that line where Elizabeth drops that the real reason or something akin to that. I'd love to do a video and kind of discuss what we may think the real reason behind the glitches, or if she knew, or if that was just like insinuating like you're the real cause of the glitch, Ted. Like how far that actually goes. Well, I just came to say hi. Hope you have a great stream. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I know. It's like this time may have been good for some people, but may have not been good for others. But I generally stream in the morning here, but I wanted to maybe kind of mix it up and make sure some of the people who aren't in the States get a chance to take a peek.
Look out, Glinthawk!
Look out! A wild Glinthawk is... Oh, I totally have jumped off that cliff on accident before. 150,000%. That absolutely. Ah, got him. I think it would. Where are you? Dang it. Let's get this. For my money, the most underrated thing in the whole game is the roadcaster.
Holding.
In the sequel, I would like to be able to build something, a home base maybe, where, and that's actually, I was having that same concept maybe at Sobek Ranch. I think that'd be a nice tie-in. And also it makes sense because if she was born, oh man, she was born in the West, I'm fairly certain. So, I'm going to say that maybe she was born in California, but I could be wrong off the top of my head, so that'd be cool. It makes sense in the Forbidden West. Did Hephaestus... Oh, they did say Hephaestus was a remote... was on a remote island. It could be near the subfunctions. What do you think the real cause of the glitch was? Elizabeth threatened Ted with that. Oh, the glitch. The glitch! So many theories about the glitch. We've done a couple on the channel that have been my ideas, a couple that have been like community theories. There's stuff that I would like it to be, and I think there's stuff that would be most likely. And I think probably the most likely scenario, what I think they will probably go with, and I think that doesn't sound like too trite or anything try hard, I think it has to do with that, so I think it makes sense. I go into some depth within the video glitch and transmission, because especially if you're kind of the opinion that the two are connected, I think he or it is the only thing that could really have made that happen realistically. and also have motive too. So I'm kind of on the Vast Silver bandwagon. Obviously,
I have to leave something else behind.
the most popular video on the channel is a theory that I had kind of mulled through my mind, and it was actually a response, a very valid, to a very valid critique of my, I think it was like the third video I ever made. It was called Hades: A New Perspective, where I go into like, hey, what if Hades actually, like the glitch, was symptomatic of something that was a bigger problem? And then, you know, people were talking about the line about the masters, and I'm like, and that made sense. And then kind of getting into that master-slave protocol we talked about. So one of those things I would like to have happen. I think what's going to happen, though, has to do with Vast Silver. Let's see. Vast Silver, clap, clap, clap. Vast Silver. You know, and then you kind of, for all those people who love the AI stuff, you know, he's the first one, really. He's the precursor. The glitch was caused by King Candy trying to take over Sugar. Yeah. Then Vanellope Von Sweets, she was swindled out of her kingdom. Yep. Hashtag confirmed, guys. Jeremy's got it. Dare I say he wrecked the sequel to Horizon. Where do we go next? I've just been wandering around. I think this is the lake. Higher up is Emerald. Yeah, is Emerald Lake. I'd love for more stories in this world. I'd love for more stories in this world to be told, not necessarily through the video game, but like a comics or series. That's, people have asked me also. It's like, how would you feel about a Horizon Zero Dawn? Oh god, it just got horribly snowy. Did everybody see that? That is like, honestly though, it's kind of how Colorado weather is. It like has a blizzard in the beginning of the day, and then it just melts the second part of the day. It's weird. Accurate. Hashtag confirmed. And it's like, what did you think about a Horizon movie? And I was, you know, I'm pretty sure the video game does it justice, but yeah, like comics or books, some kind of novelization of other realms of things, I would be totally in for that. So Vast Silver, the first rogue AI corrupted the rest. For me, I think Vast Silver did enough to tamper and modify the Rogue Swarm and kind of got the Rogue Swarm to do its job for it. And then when it didn't really stick after Zero Dawn and humans continued to just kind of, you know, beat up the machines that are trying to keep the planet alive, Vast Silver's like, nah, all right, we'll do it again. And then tried to reset the world again through Hades. The glitch crashes Paper Mario. That was a crazy game. Remember that game? So I'm going to be on for another half an hour. For those of you who are wanting to get your questions in or your topics in, just want to give you guys a timeline. You must be kidding about the weather in Colorado. Oh yeah, you aren't kidding. Yeah, for real. That's exactly how it is. You're like, it was 70 today, and the next day it looks like this for half the day, and then it'll melt through the middle, and then it'll be freezing at night, and then it'll be, yeah, it's like, go home weather, you're drunk. That's how Colorado operates. Ow. Dear Lord, okay, I've had enough of you. Sit down. Terrific. That's where you do the anime, like, whoosh, behind the back. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. I think we figured out you got some roots here, man. That's absolutely right. I promised myself I would start my software design project when this stream finished, so please don't finish the stream. I'll just leave it on so you can procrastinate. It'll just be Aloy getting shot at. Like, ugh! It's gonna be the rest of the stream. Just her shield weaver just getting tested. But if you get shot in the knee with your shield weaver, you're in serious trouble. It does not help you with fall damage. Well, I think the glitch was deliberately caused by the enemies of Ted. You know, FAS had a lot of competition at the time. Sorry, Aloy. FAS wasn't the only country that could have been. The whole thing about them, that kind of like the unhackable nature of them, is a big X factor as to like, if they're unhackable, what could have gotten it done. Like, because it took Minerva 50 years, which was kind of like the most advanced code cracking system arguably ever made, and it took Minerva 50 years. So that's why, for my money, like, if they are connected, like it could be, yeah, if they are connected, like Vast Silver as an AI who had been around for probably since the clawback, so you want to say close to 30 years of learning and becoming more self-aware, if it wasn't actually captured, could have figured it out, you know. Thoughts on She-Ra? Like Thundercats? Like, rock on. I wonder how many Horizon games they have currently planned. Given the success of the first game, it would make sense they have a storyline planned for multiple games, maybe a trilogy. I would certainly hope it would be a trilogy. I really, really hope. Yeah, look at the Watchers like, oh, you're no fun. I really hope that they at least do a trilogy and throw in a couple DLCs for the next one. That's what I want, because the Frozen Wild is so good. That's my only gripe, is that there was only one really good DLC. I wanted a few. Are you confused as to why I'm not fighting back? They're like, we beat Aloy. We're gonna go tell our friends. Nuh-uh. Oh god, like if that actually happened, I think Aloy would be dead. An interesting thing though is that that tower that you see in the distance oh god. Let's just oh man. I'm so sorry, Aloy. We'll just ignore that. we'll just put that out of frame. Cool. So that building actually doesn't exist yet. That is a planned building that I'm not sure if they've broken ground with in Denver, but it's supposed to be the tallest structure in our skyline. I think it's going to be like 82 stories, I think. And so yeah, if you come to Denver and you're like, where's that really tall building in the middle? The answer to your question is it does not exist yet. It is still getting through stuff. Oh no, you can see the cloud of blood. Yeah, don't worry. Shield Weaver. Ugh. Little punk. Oh god. Yeah, I want more diversity in my melees. That attack is so cool looking. Wait, is that building going to be built, or is it already? It is not built already. It is going to be built, or at least that's what they say. What do you think of the technology-based fantasy settings, like people having technology is magic and magic kind of being and technology kind of being magical? Yeah, it's an interesting parallel because, you know, especially to these people who have no idea what this stuff is, of course it's going to seem like magic. Like, you know, it's like what the Banuk feel about the blue light. You know, it's the substance that animates metal without, you know, flesh or anything like that. So, and how they're interpreted, I think that's one of the most interesting things is how Horizon went and how it's not a universal belief system. Like, everybody thinks this one thing happened. No, the Nora have their belief about, you know, what the machines are and why they're here and, you know, why you shouldn't mess with them. And then the Oseram are fully in, like, you know, this is something that we need to learn more about, so we're just going to have to dig and dig and dig. And then you have the Karja who kind of straddle that line where it started off as just purely some information. You know, Ahriman found a book that kind of helped him you understand like how to use the sun for navigation, and you take that and expand that, you know, several centuries, and a man reading a book about celestial bodies has now turned into kind of this divine speaker of the sun. I think that's one of the most fascinating things about the world is how these myths of origin and how these belief systems came to be, and they're all rooted um, in some kind of fact. You know, Ahriman was technically, he was interpreting the signs of the sun so he could make his way. Um, so you know that gets kind of pushed aside and into this divine thing, and I think it's incredibly interesting. You know, I think it's pretty crazy how they were able to do that. I never noticed, but one of the necklaces Aloy wears is a machine cable. Random fact is random. I love exploring the ruins of the old ones. The music that plays when you enter the sites is amazing. Yeah, just wait until we mix and match those. I think you're gonna dig it. It's gonna be sweet. Oh, I cannot wait. Cannot wait. We did shoot at Red Rocks already, so that shoot and script is done. The scripts are coming along great, and then we just got to get out there to these places and shoot. Oh, see, it's stuff that you don't even notice. I am standing on a tank. Oh, you're the worst, Flint Hawks, for real. Get over here. Flint Hawks can drown in the river. Whenever that happens, that line from Anchorman 2 is the only thing I can think of where he's like, I'm blind! I love how you can see the different belief systems were also based on their experiences in the cradle facilities, like the mountain being the mother and wanting to see the sun, for sure. Gaia's gonna be mad at you for killing her robot. Yeah, that should be my, like, another playthrough, trying to do a completely passive Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, every time you do something, you just tie them down, like you use the rope caster for everything. You're like, okay, be well, bye. And you just kind of run away. I just kept running. Do machines decompose? Like, are there machines eating things that break them down? Machines do not decompose. They are recycled by scavenger class machines like Lint Hawks. So if we'll see if we can make it happen. If you spy or if you kill a machine and then you like scuttle away for a little while, either a scrapper or a glint hawk will come and recycle it, which is pretty cool. Are there machines eating things that break them down? Oh yeah, so that's the second part of your question. Let's see here. Oh, Denver. Ooh, that looks gnarly. But yeah, there's we can kind of talk a little bit about the actual places that are here that are not just stock. Goose. Yeah, I missed. Oh, what are you doing? You're a Poseidon-class broadhead. Dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. And these are aspen trees. They're pretty indicative of Colorado also. I don't think I've ever seen it happen, but Glint Hawks can fly away with machine carcasses. They like turn green when something like that happens. Hi. Continuing on, Gordonzia, why do you think we find so many dead watchers around the world? Weakest machines? I think so, yeah. I think they're the easiest to bring down, so maybe that's the parts that hunters are able to scrap the most. And then eventually scrappers will come by, or Glint Hawks will eventually take those away, but I think that's a good assertion. Makes sense to me. So yeah, that building does not exist, but this building right here is very real, this clock tower. And if you go to downtown Denver, it's one of the oldest still standing. It was built as part of a department store, and when the department store closed down, they decided to keep the clock tower. So that is still there, and I will talk even more about that in Metal World. But, yep. If you went to Denver, Colorado, you could absolutely visit this guy right here. But not that one. Like I said, big one's not built yet. Did the apocalypse also destroy all viruses? How do people deal with diseases? That's a really... I'm actually going to talk about that a little bit in a lore bite. Because if you think about it, yeah, like all microorganisms were not... I mean, everything died. Everything that was an organic material just done. Or anything that they could have pulled biomass conversion from. And before that happened, though, mosquitoes were actually going extinct, and that was like kind of a hot button issue for a split second there. So I'm wondering, maybe did Project Zero Dawn, did they choose like you know, we're gonna bring back all these animals eventually, but I think we're just gonna let the mosquito like go by the wayside. Like, do you do that? Do you take out the carriers? Do you try your very best to... Because I don't think Patrick Bashard Klein was adamant about not adjusting anybody's genetics, so I don't think people were made more immune or resistant to disease, but maybe they just tried to eliminate the ones that already existed. So that's an interesting point. Let's see here. Gee, I noticed. I just now noticed live. Oh, hello. If we can see more places outside of America, what places would you like to see and why? Oh my goodness! I mean, the whole world is... That's the really interesting thing to think about too. This is only a small section of what Zero Dawn wanted to accomplish. There's cradles in Asia, there are cradles in Africa, and seeing what their experience has been throughout all this time. You know, trying to put their own pieces together, because it's not like they had Apollo and we didn't. You know, any of those places I think are so interesting. I'm not sure if we're ever going to go to those places, but yeah, I would love some kind of like... Aletheia 1 is in southeastern Africa, so like, you know, what's going on over there? It's like, oh, it's fascinating. That or Asia, I'd love to go to either of those places. Or Canada, yeah. Any place in Europe, I think, yeah, it's the world is the backdrop to this whole story, so anywhere you go. Alright guys, looks like we got a little under or over 10 minutes left on the stream, so speak now, or wait till the next stream, or talk to me in Discord, or leave it in the comments. You have tons of ways to talk. We have tons of ways to talk, but I do like streaming and talking to you guys in real time. But if you're not part of the Discord, for real, just go to the About section of RSQ on the channel, and you'll find a permanent link to go into the Discord. Lots of cool stuff going on there. A photo contest just happened today, for instance. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Nova. Got that mixed up. Always there to see me right. I want to see New Zealand. This country has a sad story in the story of HCD. Yeah, apparently it was submerged, which from many New Zealand people in the comments, even though the thing says completely submerged, apparently and evidently it's a very mountainous region. So I think what they're probably insinuating that a lot of the more populated areas were lost, maybe that were closer to sea level, but obviously those higher places probably were just then small islands. What made Yellowstone a frozen wilderness? What a great question. Well, obviously it does get cold there now, just even as it is during the winter time. Am I climbing red rocks right now? Don't even know. Probably. If you do this in real life, you will get fined. You know, it's probably something with the atmosphere. You know, there's for real, for my money, I really do think there's an imbalance in the biosphere. Even, you know, not something that Gaia particularly got wrong, but something that's happened post or right during that time that might be throwing things off. So, you know, I don't know. Which animals were released before everything went to... Phase 1 organisms were released. So the animals that you see in game, insects and things like that, but then Artemis was intended to be kind of taken over by educated humans from Apollo. So there's a potential that if we do get our act together and we learn how to use those systems, that we could release all manner of animals that are extinct on the planet, you know, right now. So apparently like goats and stuff for phase 1 organisms, but you know, there's a reason why you don't see a lot of large predators, right? Because they would be a danger to humans. Hey Chili, we were gonna do a poll for the next contest theme, but do you have any suggestions? Ooh, my goodness. I always love seeing the action shots of when you're fighting machines, so maybe that would be kind of cool if you guys did do that this time. Aloy gonna get fined? Yeah, definitely. Little park ranger's gonna come up here. Little Nora ranger, Nora scout's gonna be like, "Get down, please, ma'am. Get down. These are the red echoes. We don't want to stand on them." Maybe that AI responsible for cleaning the air has something to do with it. You know, Aether, with the strange climate, could be. Would you like to live in this new world? Ooh, that's a pretty profound question. Would you like to live in this new world? I think this is an incredibly harsh and unforgiving world. You know that question that people get, or they're like, "Hey, if you could live in any time, what time would you live in?" And I'm always like, 10 years in the future, because my answer is always modern medicine. You know, it would have been cool. It would have been a really, really crazy thing, and maybe we can get a glimpse of how this would have worked in the sequel, but what would this world have looked like at this point, several centuries after humans were released, if Apollo had been left intact? Like, what role were machines going to take? Were they still going to be run by Gaia? Were they going to be controlled by humanity? What would cities look like? How would they start communicating with people? How, you know, all these things, that's its own super interesting topic to me, of what the plan looked like. Okay, people were born, Eleuthia gave them early education. They begin getting educated by Apollo. They're out there making civilization. What does that new world look like? So that, for me, maybe that world would be crazy. But I mean, we may never know now, which is pretty sad. Which machine is your favorite? Oh, that's a good question, Nova. My answer when people ask me this is typically, because they're my favorite machine to shoot, are snap maws. I think they're really dynamic, they're really cool, they do crazy things when you look at them for a while. They like jettison chill water and stuff, and their solar panels like do the chicken dance. They're cool. They put a lot of stuff into that. I don't think anybody's ever said Glint Hawk, though. If Apollo was still operational, people would have made the same mistakes leading to the same fate. Could have been. But what I'm saying is, like, what would it have looked like for them rebuilding civilization? Like, that would be pretty crazy to see, like, from scratch, right? Almost from scratch, because you have all this technology on this, like, brand new world. It'd be crazy to see, like, the beginnings of that. Ted is that. You don't give them the knowledge. You kill the alphas. Yeah, we're just gonna keep climbing, I guess. But yep. Very much looking forward to. And if you've never been to Red Rocks, like,
quick way
it's
down.
probably the most storied concert venue in Colorado. It's beautiful. It's huge. It was built during the Great Depression to give like a works project to all the people who are unemployed. So it was part of like Franklin Delano Roosevelt's New Deal. It's a really storied thing, and it's a big part of Colorado history. And it's gorgeous. Can't wait for you guys to get more of a look at it. Please stop trying to access the system. Oh, you guys slay me. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Do you think Hephaestus has access to and is using Pharaoh technology? It sure did look like it with the Epsilon cauldron, the control towers. I'm not sure if he has control of Pharaoh technology. Well, technically, you could say that all of Project Zero Dawn is Pharaoh tech because it was footed by him, and a lot of that tech went into building it. I mean, if you go into any Project Zero Dawn facility, all the computers use Pharaoh tech. So if we're getting like super analytical, I guess all Hephaestus machines are at least, at some point rooted in Pharaoh technology. But as far as Chariot Line specifically, I don't think so. Maybe gaining some inspiration from that. Hephaestus might be learning from those ancient machines, but as far as it's a hard question to answer. I think that the Chariot Line models that exist right now, Hephaestus does not have control over. If it has this ability, the world is lost. Yeah, but luckily, Hephaestus's goal isn't to destroy the world. In fact, it's the opposite. The only reason why it's trying to jack us up is because we are actively hunting everything that it makes, things that are supposed to be helping the world become healthier and more stable. And Hephaestus is like, hey guys, that's kind of a jerk move. Would you mind cutting it out? and no. And then of course he just sends hunter killers after us. So there is some logic to that. It's not just, hey, I'm a evil mind that's out to kill humanity. If humans weren't killing machines all over the world, I think Hephaestus would probably be a lot more chill. All right, final minutes of the live stream. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh, it's a bunny. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, bunny. Oh. Come here, bunny. What? Can you not kill bunnies with a spear? Or am I just missing? I think that might just be it. Okay. Did I just turn up at the end? Oh, I'm sorry there, James. Unfortunately, I gotta get some other stuff going today. At the job, at the work, until the channel, hopefully, as many of you kind people hope that it blows up post HZD2. The day job does exist, and gotta go earn that monies so I can go to these places and film these things. Life, am I right? Hey, no dogs. My dog is actually upstairs right now because she doesn't like it when whenever I sit in this chair, she knows that I'm not going to be paying attention to her for a while because I'll be there editing, so she just whines at me. So, um, yeah. Thanks to RSQ. Glad I was able to catch this one. Really looking forward to Metal World. Thank you, Jeremy. Me too. That is by far and away my most anticipated project. Um, yeah, it's gonna be sweet. I can't wait. Cannot wait. And the scripts are coming along great. So I'm probably gonna wait to start shooting at least in springtime. Otherwise, all the videos will look like the Frozen Wilds. So might lose some continuity. Is there a trailer out? There's a very brief teaser. If you go to it's the thumbnail on the channel. It just says 2019. It also was the trailer for Reading the Runes, which is already out, but there is like a sneak peek, kind of like what the feel of Metal World should be. So that would be what I would say to check out. Check out the 2019 video, and that will be it. Oh, midterms for Honest. Study up, my friend. I appreciate you tuning in. Need me to vouch for you. I'll do what I can. I know I should have been studying, but really I was studying for the future of Earth. I'm sure they'll take that. Yeah, in the video I got footage like me literally walking by this wall, and you'll be able to see just like I'm excited. I'm really excited. Ideas for the next lore video. Hopefully you guys can give me some ideas for the next lore video. Oh, this is also, guys, a tip that was given to me by one of the people on our channel, and also a wiki admin. If you're ever looking to get a solid picture of these things, if you click it down, there's a moment when I'll try to get it, like, boom. You click it to get rid of it, you can get a full body, and you might have seen this in the last video, but you can get it to expand and become really clear. So all you do is you click it to make it go away, and as you do that, you click start, and then it will become like a full-fledged picture, and then you can get like a really nice pick of the vantage point. So hot tip. Thanks, Bearborg. I'm in Com Sci, so Horizon is studying. Nice. Depending on your major, you could very well be studying the failure of Earth. Yes. So, ideas for the next lore video. The next one I think I'm going to do for Horizon. The next Reading the Runes one I'm doing is discussing the connection between no spoilers, a very prominent Norse god and Jormungandr, the world serpent, and what that means. And then for the next Horizon video, I think we're going to be going into that topic I was talking about, like the real reason, like what that could mean. That, or I've been getting asked a lot about humanoid machines and why we don't see any of those, and we kind of do, but that's kind of what we have so far. But always open to getting suggestions. That's really what I want to do. Yeah, hey. Yeah, all right, guys. Well, it is 4:01. Let's take 5 more minutes. You got any questions? Let's do a quick fire one. I'll stick around for 5. I'm gonna get my little Chromebook here. It's got my little display until I get my nice streaming display up. But I'm all ears, everybody. I am ready to answer el cuestiones, which is not Spanish for questions. There we go. Boom. And let's see if we can brighten this bad boy up. A video about... Ooh, look at how pretty that looks. Hot diggity dog. Ooh, that looks good. A video about speculations on the real cause of the glitch would be awesome. I would recommend, and we're probably going to talk about this more, but if you're looking for those right now, we got a couple out on the channel. Glitch in Transmission is one I would recommend. Hades, A New Perspective. Lightkeeper Protocol. Odyssey Project. And The Masters would be like my 5 recommendations. Any of those would be hopefully would slake your thirst for that, because yeah, we're already trying to do stuff and trying to figure out that thing. It is the great question of Horizon. I wonder what happened to Iran in this new world. I heard there is a city that was named New Tehran. Yeah, that was Samina Abaji was a like the professor of the like the college that was there, or it was like it is an institute of like multicultural type of thing. It was if you go into the Project Zero Dawn facility, Samina talks about it in her like little stump speech about Apollo. Um, Ever watched The Last Airbender? Heck yeah, absolutely. I watched all of the original with Aang, and also I watched all the Legend of Korra ones. Um, yeah, that's a super awesome series. And I like both of them. I know Korra gets a little bit of hate sometimes, but I really enjoyed both of those. Do you think Gaia could be used to terraform other planets? If this world ever got its act together, yes, I think you could. If you could get the infrastructure right, like you would need some cauldrons, at least the bones of some cauldrons, um, and then you wouldn't have to deal with. You don't need Minerva because hopefully there's no killer robots on a different planet. But yeah, if you could get like the bare bones of it, and I think Guy is smart enough to figure out a solution to those things. I have watched all of them. They are awesome. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's that's the great question. Like, what is the glitch? Where did it come from? Hopefully, in the sequel, we'll get more answers. Uh, did Project Zero Dawn only affect Earth, or did it affect the entire universe? I think, as far as we know, it was grounded on Earth, unless the Odyssey project was able to go somewhere to an exoplanet and have some similar tech delivered there. So, who knows? Well, it was only on. Oh, not you. Always need Minerva. Sorry, honest. Yeah, no matter where, it always helps. Just in case you get unhackable killer robots, you should have Minerva around for sure. All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been a blast as always. I want to do these more often. So next week we'll be back on. I think we're gonna have an episode of Reading the Runes. Will be out next week, followed by another Lore Bite or Legends, and we're continuing to work towards bringing you guys Metal World. You know, all the phases of that. A lot of stuff goes into those things. If you're ever curious about that, feel free to talk to me on the Discord. I usually, whether it shows if I'm online or not, you know, if there's somebody at me, I'll try to get to you guys as soon as I possibly can. But for real, the Discord is an awesome community. We have some awesome moderators. There are alphas. You can direct anything to them too. So yeah, you know, it's been awesome, guys. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you all soon. All right. Have a good Have a great day, afternoon, good evening, good night. See you guys later.